message from the Kids Educational and Engagement Project. KEEP. KEEP say you must learn how to read. KEEP Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that everybody's future. KEEP say you must learn how to read. KEEP Liberia say you must learn how to read. Education, that everybody's future. Education, my people, that everybody's future.
Good day, boys and girls. Welcome back to another exciting KEEP Liberia storytelling session. Today's story is titled Winnie the Pooh, and the book is about nature's true colors. And this book is written by Disney. Once again, our story for today is titled Winnie the Pooh, and it's under the Nature True Color series. Let's jump into our book. It was a brisk, blustery day in the 100-acre wood. Piglet was pushed this way and that by the wind as he made his way home to his good friend Winnie the Pooh. Piglet was just about to knock when Pooh's door burst open. I would, a startled Piglet began, trying to gather his thoughts. What I meant to say is, "Hello, Pooh! Don't you think today is just the right sort of day for a ramble?" Yes, oh, indeed. Hello, Piglet, said Pooh. I was just about to go somewhere, but I would much prefer a ramble. Because when you are going nowhere in particular, well, you are quite sure to get there. The sky on this day was so blue, the color so splendidly clear and true, that Piglet and Pooh hadn't gone very far before they just had to stop and admire it. Isn't the sky glorious?" Piglet exclaimed, tilting his head so far back that Pooh had to catch him before he tipped over completely. "Have you ever happened to notice," asked Pooh, setting Piglet upright, "how many different colors the sky can be?" "Oh, yes," Piglet said. "Sometimes the sky is so dark it turns purple. Then there's that gentle sort of grayish color when it rains," said Pooh. The path the friends were following wound through a little meadow where golden grasses made a soft swishing sound as the wind blew through them. Pooh and Piglet stopped to listen. "Piglet," whispered Pooh, "I would like to say that you are a splendid rambling partner. You know just when to go and when to stop. I think a good ramble requires plenty of stopping, don't you?" "Oh, I agree," Pooh whispered Piglet. "If you go too much or too soon, well, you might miss something. Like these gold-colored waves in the grass," said Pooh, with their quiet little shushing sound. "Shh," the wind said, the wind in the grass. "Shh." "I would have been very sorry to miss that, Piglet," whispered Pooh. After some time, the path climbed a small hill, so Piglet and Pooh climbed it too. The wind carried the sharp, sweet scent of ripe apples, which filled their noses and then their minds as they climbed. "I was just thinking, Piglet," said Pooh, whose mind and tummy very often had the same thoughts, "that this would be a very good time for a smackerel." At the top of the hill, Pooh and Piglet saw an apple tree, its branches heavy with shiny red fruit. They agreed that this was a splendid stopping place. "I think, crunch, that apples are my favorite," Pooh said. "Isn't that, nibble, nibble, what you said about Rabbit's little green apples yesterday?" asked Piglet. "Yes," said Pooh. Eventually, the path ran down the other side of the hill, so Piglet and Pooh ran too. But Pooh tripped and started rolling, and although he didn't mean to bowl Piglet over, he did anyway. And this might have seemed like an unfortunate circumstance if Piglet hadn't noticed a frog. It was tiny and mud brown, and it would have been quite invisible if someone, even a rather short someone, had been standing up. So Piglet and Pooh stayed where they were and took a long look around at the little bog with its sleek, still brown water, at the silver-winged dragonflies shimmering across the surface, at the dark green moss carpeting the banks. If you didn't look closely, you might think this is a dull and dreary sort of place, said Pooh. Yes, agreed Piglet, but only if you didn't look closely. In good time, Piglet and Pooh felt ready to go again. They soon came to a stream lined with trees of glorious autumn colors. Do you see that orange one over there, Pooh? Piglet asked, pointing to a fiery orange leaf. I think it's absolutely splendid. It seems like just last week the leaves were all green, Pooh said. I always like seeing the leaves change color in the autumn, said Pooh. What I never noticed before is that the stream changes color too. Piglet looked where Pooh was pointing, and indeed the water was filled with swirls of color. Lavender, turquoise, pink. There were rocks in the stream with red and yellow stripes, plants with blue and white dots, and logs with purple streaks. What are you two looking at? Asked Eeyore. Oh, hello, Eeyore, said Pooh. Did you know that the stream changes colors in the autumn just like the leaves? It's not surprising that Eeyore wanted to see for himself, but one thing led to the other, and as things often do, the next thing Eeyore knew, his bow was in the stream. When it came back out, it was orange, red, and lime green. Then Pooh dipped his toe in the water, and it came out lavender, fuchsia, and blue. Now we're changing colors too, said Pooh. This is a very peculiar sort of autumn. Eeyore, Piglet, and Pooh were discussing what to do when they came across Rabbit and Roo peering into Rabbit's watering can. Is something wrong, Rabbit? Piglet asked. It's my watering can, said Rabbit. The water has painted its colors. Just like my bow, Eeyore said glumly. Not to mention my toe, said Pooh. I want to change colors too, said Roo. I'm sure Kangai likes you just the way you are, Eeyore said, holding Roo by the tail to keep him from jumping into the stream. There's something very strange going on around here, Rabbit said, and I'm going to find out what it is. Me too, said Piglet, Pooh, Eeyore, and Roo. Just then, Owl came out from a nearby tree. Hello there! Did any of you happen to notice? Yes, Rabbit said. And do you happen to know? No, said Rabbit, but we are going to get to the bottom of it. The bottom? Piglet squeaked anxiously. I'm not sure I want to get to the bottom. This way, Rabbit said, marching off along the bank of the stream. Eeyore followed. Roo leaped ahead and bounced back to report on more multicolored water and strangely painted mud patches. Piglet reluctantly brought up the rear with Pooh and Owl. You'll let me know if we're getting near the bottom, won't you, Pooh? Piglet asked nervously. Of course, Piglet, said Pooh. I just hope I know it when I see it. Piglet and Pooh were on the lookout for the bottom, which might have been behind or under or near when they rounded a bend and bumped into Eeyore. "Why are we stopping?" Piglet asked anxiously. "Have we found the bottom?" "I don't know," Eeyore said, "but we have found Tigger." Tigger was fast asleep in a shady spot on the bank of the stream. All around him, paintings were drying in the wind. Paintbrushes were scattered on the ground, and jars of uncovered paint were tipped over, some of them spilling into the stream. "I think we can deduce what happened here," Owl said. "Yes, and I think we can figure it out too," said Pooh. Rabbit shook Tigger awake. "Look what you've done," Rabbit said. "I know," said Tigger. "They're paintings. Would you like one to hang above your fireplace, Long Ears?" "I'm not talking about the paintings," Rabbit sputtered. "Although they are lovely," Piglet said. "I'm talking about this mess," Rabbit said. "Look at the stream, the rocks, the plants, the logs. Their colors are all wrong." Tigger looked around him. "Art can be messy." "Yes, but your mess has become everyone else's mess," Rabbit said, "even Mother Nature's." Then he showed Tigger his watering can. Eeyore showed him his bowl, and Pooh fell over showing him his toe. "I'm very sorry to see how much mess one Tigger can make," Tigger said in a very sorry sounding way. "I'll never paint another picture." "It's not the pictures that are the problem," Owl said. "I think it's when you accidentally painted nature that you got into trouble," said Roo. "Oh yes," said Pooh, "I agree. Piglet and I were quite happy with nature's colors the way they were." "Do you suppose you've learned your lesson?" Rabbit asked. "Absolutely, positively, Long Ears," Tigger said. "No more stripedy stripes and polka dotties on anything but Tiggers and paintings." "I'll get the paintbrushes," Owl said. "You might as well put them in here," Rabbit said, offering his watering can. "It's already got paint on it." Everyone pitched in to clean up the stream. There was so much cleaning to do that it was late in the day by the time Piglet and Pooh set off towards home. The evening sky was streaked with vivid colors of orange and gold, casting a soft glow on everything in the 100-acre wood. Piglet sighed happily. "Have you ever seen anything more glorious? It reminds me of the color of honey," said Pooh, "which happens to be one of my tummy favorite colors." "I think nature paints all the colors we really need," Piglet said, stopping to gaze up at the blazing sky. "Don't you think so, Pooh?" "Yes," said Pooh, catching Piglet as he started to tip over backward. "I truly do." And that brings us to the end of our story for today. Now, before I close up the story, remember that two things we usually do, and we go through our word for the day, and also I have 3 quick questions for you to see if you're paying attention. Are you ready? Do you have your notebook? Were you really paying attention to Auntie Brenda? Let's see if you were. Now, for question number 1, which 2 animals set off to have a ramble in the forest? Question number 1, which 2 animals set off to have a ramble in the forest? Question number 2, which animal was responsible for the paint wasting all in the stream? Question number 2, which animal was responsible for messing up the stream with paint? And question number 3, did all the animals help in the end to correct the mistake? Question number 3, did all the animals help in the end to correct the problem with the stream? Let's see if you are paying attention and you have the answers correct. For question number 1, did you say Pooh and Piglet? If you said Pooh and Piglet, you are correct. Pooh and Piglet were the two animals that decided to go for a walk in the forest, and they started walking all around. So Pooh and Piglet. If you had that correct, clap for yourself. You were really paying attention. That's good. For question number 2, which animal was responsible for the problem with the stream? Did you say Tigger? If you said Tigger, you are correct. Clap for yourself. You were really paying attention. And question number 3, did all the animals help in the end? Did you say yes? If you said yes, you are also correct. Did you get all 3 questions correctly? If you did, that's very good. You were paying attention. Now, our word for the day is peculiar. Peculiar. And it's spelled P-E-C-U-L-I-A-R. Peculiar. And it means something strange. Something that is unique and something that is strange. Once again, our word for today is peculiar. And peculiar means something that is strange and unique. Now, this brings us to the end of our storytelling session. Did you enjoy our story? I hope you did. I hope you got all the answers correct and that you were paying close attention. So try to read at least 30 minutes every day, because reading opens your mind. Reading makes you to travel all over the world right from your home. And reading also makes you to learn new words every day. New words like peculiar. So keep reading. Find time to read every day. Until next time, this has been a production of the Kids Educational Engagement Project KEEP in partnership with Tama TV. And this has been Auntie Brenda. See you.
A message from the Kids Educational and Engagement Project. KEEP. KEEP say you must learn how to read. Keep Liberia say you